Hi guys, I was just thinking I'll give you a little shot of some of the modifications and added accessories and stuff and trouble that I've been having with this thing. Cub Cadet 105. It's since early spring it's been giving me problems with the hydro aspect of it, and what I come to find out through just poking around and trying to find out how things are on this thing, because there's still a lot I don't know about it. I found out that there's kind of a shear pin that goes in here that links the engine output, kind of like a PTO type thing, to the hydraulic pump that's underneath this thing here someplace. And so I drove the old pin out, but I don't want to put the new one in because it's got kind of a groove in it, and I don't know if that groove is supposed to be there. You can see that groove? Kind of, it looks to me like it was supposed to be there, but I'm not sure, because I looked over at one of my other Cubs here, one of my parts gals, and I discovered that this one has just a standard slot, and I assume that slot is there to take up any slop and flexion. If the engine somehow becomes further away from the hydro unit itself, or that because back here in this part there's like a rubber kind of a U-joint type of arrangement, and it's made out of like a fibrous rubber fiber. It's kind of like a 1/4 of an inch thick and about 3 inches in diameter, and it links the whole thing together, and it gives so that the up and down motion perhaps of any loose connections will this slot will allow that drive shaft to slide in and out slightly so that the engine doesn't get damaged or anything else. So, but anyway, as you can see, this particular coupling has just a straight slot in it, whereas the one in my 105 has that little indentation on it. So it leads me to believe that either somebody made that slot in there, and I can't figure out how, because that's cast iron. I looked at it and it looks to me like that's a cast iron piece. How that thing could get forced into that kind of a configuration by just a steel pin, and it kind of boggles my brain. You can see how it's a little bit better resolution there. You can see how the slot is there, and then there's like an indentation this way, and the same thing over here. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I took off, and what I did yesterday is I took off the grill front part. As you can see, came off quite easy. I thought it was a little bit more complicated, although I did have to muscle around there and try to stick wrenches in places where they looks like they shouldn't go. But I eventually got it out, and what I'm going to do now is loosen I'm hoping there's only 4 mounting bolts that I have to take off or take out to slide that engine forward a little bit, so that I can get this off, and I'm going to go over there and do the same thing with that one, and get that one and put that one on here so that I will be good to go. And that's one thing that I did with it. Another thing was I bought myself some ag tires, which will give me a lot more bite in the winter time. I know that this thing, I think this thing is backwards, but anyway, bought myself, went and sprung for some ag tires for this thing. And during the fall, when I'm getting ready for winter, I'm going to go and have this filled with some beet pulp to give me, I'd say a good 50 to 60 pounds at least weight in the back of this thing, so that I'll be ready to go in the winter. And where's the other one? Got the other one there. And I'm going to sand the rims down a little bit. I've got this one on there for, I wanted to size this up, make sure that it had clearance, because it does have a slightly bigger outside diameter than the regular tires. So that and the drive shaft problem will probably keep me busy for the rest of the upcoming month, which is August. And I'm going to do a little bit at a time, try to do things correctly. And if anybody sees this video and has any suggestions on how to use the existing pulley to allow it to stay where it is, give me a holler. Because frankly, I don't see the point in having that. It only creates, when you put it in gear, it only creates a little bit of a slap to it, you know what I mean? It only creates, and that wears the pin prematurely. So another thing that I had in mind was over here on this the Cub that I showed you. It's got a hydro unit that is it's a Cub Cadet part, evidently. And this allows, and I had this working a few years back, and it's got the shift rod there, and it allows the implement to be raised or lowered. And it does have this too, this little actuating rod, and everything's there. I just gotta make sure that it works. It's been sitting out in the weather. I know the engine turns, so that engine is a good one. There's nothing wrong with it. So I might think about next spring. I might think of retrofitting this onto my 105. But that means that I have to, well, I might not, but I might have to do some modifications on the hydro drive on this thing. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not in any great hurry. So I hope everybody enjoyed this, and if you can give me any pointers and tips on that pulley type thing in there, let me know, and I'll get back to you. Alrighty, Cubbers, we'll talk to you soon.